Alright, y'all, we got beef oxtails on the menu tonight. Alright, so I had rinsed the meats and I had patted them dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit of Dell steak seasoning. And now you're just going to mix that up real good. So now I'm going to let this marinate for about an hour. And then we're going to start cooking it. I got my yellow onions. You know you got to have that bacon grease. I'm using Slap Your Mama. You already know. That's flavor, baby. Some smoked paprika. A little onion powder. My girl Pat in the pot had turned me on to this. It's stinging honey garlic. Oh, yes, Lord. And I'm also using her seasoning right here. Pat in the pot Creole seasoning. Please go support her. You can go to Rouse's and get it. You can order on her website. Her website is right here. See, patinthepot.com. If you can't find this in your local grocery store, regular garlic powder will do the job, because that's what I usually use. But my girl Pat turned me on to this, and we about to use this. You're going to season it with some seasoned oil, some Slap Your Mama, onion powder, some honey garlic. And I'm using some Pat in the Pot. That's my girl right here. So you can season this sucker as much as you want, because it's very low in sodium. So, alright, so I threw a little bacon grease in the pot. Look at that, nice and seasoned. So now we're just going to take this and we're just going to brown it on both sides. It's not even done, y'all, and I could just smell it. Alright, so once you brown it on both sides, you're going to take it out the pot and put it to the side and cover it up. And now we're going to throw our onions in the pot. Alright, so now we're just going to use these onions. We're going to get all this good stuff. Once you get done sauteing your onions, we're going to go ahead and add a little beef stock to get all that good stuff up. And now we're just going to throw the tails in the pot. So I dumped the rest of my beef stock in here. And I got all the sides up. And we're just going to dump it all in the pot. Alright, now I'm going to put this fire on medium. And we're going to bring this to a boil. And we're going to check on it every couple of minutes, because you don't want to stick it to the bottom. Alright, so I got a little more beef stock. Now I'm about to put some cornstarch in here. So we can go ahead and make our gravy. You want to make sure you stir it up real good. And now we're just going to dump it in our oxtails. Now we're just going to add just a little bit of water in here. I could say this is probably about 2 cups. Right, y'all, it's been about 4 hours. The meat is nice and tender. Look at that. Oh, coming right off that bone. No problem. That's flavor, baby. Look at this. Ooh. See how tender that meat is? Look how that meat just coming off that bone. Oh, yes. You're going to do 2 cans of green beans too. You're going to melt you some bacon grease. You're going to cut up some garlic and some yellow onions. You're going to saute that down. So once we saute that, we're going to strain 1 can out. You're going to throw it in there. And the other can, I don't strain out. Leave the juices in there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and throw 2 teaspoons of the Land O'Lakes butter. I'm going to do some garlic and herb seasoning. Some black pepper. And a little bit of Slap Your Mama. Alright, today we're making shrimp stew. You're going to need a green bell pepper, 2 onions, some green onions, garlic, 2 sticks of celery, garlic powder, Creole seasonings, Cajun season, whatever you prefer, and some salt and pepper, some vegetable oil, and some flour to make your roux, and of course, the shrimp peelings. Now you're going to take all your ends of your green onions, your regular onions, your celery, you know, both ends, and your shrimp peeling. You're going to put all your seasonings in the water. We got that going. Now we're just going to add our seasoning to it. We got our salt and pepper, some garlic powder, you know, maybe like a teaspoon or 2. Then you're going to take your Creole seasoning, add about, you know, a teaspoon, maybe 2, because you're going to add some more down the line. Stir that up. You're going to let that cook on like a little low medium for about 30 minutes to an hour while we make our roux. And don't forget that 1 bay leaf. Alright, so we're making our roux. We're going to put it on a low simmer heat. We got 2/3 cup of vegetable oil. And we got a cup of flour. We just gonna stir it about 45 minutes to an hour. You don't want to burn it. You gotta get it a nice chocolate color. See how it all smoothing out? So now you're just gonna keep stirring. Make sure you watch it. You don't want to burn it. Just keep stirring. It's gonna get that nice chocolate color, like a dark caramel, light chocolate, whatever your preference is. And now you're gonna season your shrimp and you're gonna put it in the refrigerator. A little garlic powder. We got some Creole seasoning. Then you're gonna stir it up, cover it with some foil, put it in the refrigerator until we need it. Alright, y'all, we halfway there. Now we got our roux, a nice little chocolate color. So we gonna about 45 minutes went by. You're gonna strain all your stuff that was in that pot. See? Look at that. That looks something good. Now you just gonna cover it until we need it. Now we got our roux, a nice little chocolate color. So we gonna dump all our little seasonings in there. So we dumped all our seasonings in the pot. So now we just going to have to cook this down for about 10 minutes to soften it up. And as you're cooking this down, it will darken a little bit. So you just got to keep stirring it. Like I said, 10 minutes. Then we're going to add about 2 cups of our stock. Stir it and keep doing it. So now we're going to add about 2 cups of our stock. Stir it up. And we're going to stir it, get all the clumps out. Then we're going to add 2 more cups. And we're going to stir it up again. Then we're going to add about 2 more cups. And after that, we're going to add the rest, which is about another 2 cups. So altogether, you need about 8 cups of the water whenever you make your stock. All right, see, it's nice and thick. So then we're going to add 2 more cups and stir it. All right, y'all. Now we're going to let this cook for about 2 hours. Make sure you come stir it every 15-20 minutes. You don't want nothing sticking to the pot. We're going to keep it on a low simmering heat. And then we're going to come back in 15 minutes. Alright, so about 30 minutes done went by. So you're just going to add, just a little more of your Cajun seasoning and some salt. And while you're still cooking down, go ahead and cut up about 3/4 potatoes and make sure you take the peelings off and then cut them into dice size. Now it's going to take about a good hour for your potatoes to soften up. So be patient here. Yes, I use a rice cooker. I ain't got time to be using no fucking stove and watching over it. The rice cooker easy for me, so that's what I'm going to use. See, told you ain't nothing wrong with a rice cooker, baby. Took about 10-15 minutes to cook this. So now we're going to add our shrimp. Yes, raw shrimp, of course. And you're just going to give it a nice little stir. It ain't going to take long to cook them shrimps. Now while we got them shrimps cooking, you already know, add some more Cajun seasoning. That good stuff, you heard me. After like 10-15 minutes, your shrimp been cooking. It's all good now. Go ahead and add a little bit of the salt. I use pink salt. Whatever salt you use is fine. And add a little bit of Tony's and we good to go. Put it over some rice and there you go. All right, now we all good. Some people be adding sausage to it and boiled eggs. I don't do all that. But if you do, it's not going to be that much of a difference. Still going to be good. All right, so we're making some pineapple upside down bundy cake. And this is what we're going to do first. You're going to take 1 stick of sweet cream unsalted butter. And you're just going to put it on the bottom of your pan. We got a cup of some brown sugar. You want to get it all in there. I used 1 can of pineapple slices. I had dumped the juices in a separate bowl because we're going to put this in our batter. And I had went ahead and cut these in half. So I didn't use the whole can of the pineapples. I gave the rest away to the kids. But you're going to lay them out like this. And now we're going to add our cherries in the middle. And make sure you take the stem off. Alright, so once you lay all this down, we're going to work on our batter. We're going to need 3 eggs. Alright, so this is a cake mix that we're using right here. It says you need 1 cup of water, but we're not going to use 1 cup of water. We definitely going to use 3 eggs. You're going to get 1/3 cup of milk, whole milk. I'm using whole milk. Whatever milk you want is fine. 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. This is all of the pineapple juice that we use out the can. So we're just going to dump the whole thing in there. 1/4 cup of brown sugar. We're using 3/4 ounces of vanilla jello mix. a whole bag of the cake mix. And we're doing a teaspoon of some cherry juice. And now you just want to mix all this up. So after you get done mixing it up, we're going to go ahead and melt a half a stick of butter. Alright, so now we're going to take this half a stick of butter and we're just going to dump it in here. And now we're going to stir it up again. Alright, so now that we're done mixing it up, we're just going to get all this stuff up from the sides. And then we're going to dump it into our bundt bowl. So you're going to get it evenly on all throughout the cake. Alright, so now we're going to throw it in the oven on 350 for about 40 minutes. 40 to 45 minutes, and we're going to check on it. Ooh, baby.